What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing another tier list in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. This is going to be the best budget cards, and what we're going to be looking at here is cards that are between 0 MT and 10k MT, as well as token rewards in the Emerald and Sapphire tier. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Just under 50% of you guys are subscribed, more than 50% of you guys aren't. So if this is your first time watching the video and you are interested in MyTEAM content, we upload more of it than anywhere else. And don't worry, there will be a lot more videos like this trying to help you guys through NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So yeah, basically this is my second time trying to record the video. I had a mic error in the first time and I've had to swap my mics. I've had to bring back out my old Blue Yeti mic, tried to upgrade to the Elgato Wave mic, and it's just terrible. It is absolutely terrible. If you're a content creator or someone looking for a microphone, I would not advise it. It has all these like crazy settings that it can supposedly do all this great stuff, but it has a mind of its own and it constantly changes the settings without you touching anything. It changes settings sometimes mid-recording. It literally has a mind of its own. So I definitely would advise against getting one of those mics if you're just a creator. So let me know anyway if the audio is better or worse. But we're going to get onto it. So, Russell Westbrook. Westbrook is going into D tier, mainly because he's not a good shooter. And by not a good shooter, I mean he is absolutely awful. He is absolutely horrendous when it comes to shooting the ball. Like, there's a difference between a guy that's just, I would consider not a good shooter, because there is, say, Jimmy Butler, who's just not a good shooter. Here's Gus Williams, who's not a good shooter. Westbrook is next level. He is absolutely next level when it comes to inability to shoot the ball. However, defensively he's good. Does a few fairly good things. Again, offensively he's going to the basket, but I think he's severely flawed. So for that reason, Russell Westbrook is going into D tier. Then we have got Demar Derozan. Worthless. DeRozan will be good. There will definitely be a good DeRozan card later on in the year. There is no doubt about that. He's got great animations, great release. It's just not this one. If you want a DeRozan type card that's great, get Bailey Howell. Paul George, A tier. Now, when I sold my Manu Ginobili card, I was looking for replacements, and I was just... Paul George was going to be that replacement. He was going to be that guy, but then obviously you can't use two Paul Georges in the same team. Great two guard. As far as budget guys go, you can't go wrong with Paul George. You cannot go wrong with Paul George. Bronze range, silver clamps, profile behind the back, decent mid range, decent three. You cannot go wrong with him. Klay Thompson, B. Klay Thompson. He has everything. He has everything you can ask for out of a card. What is the problem with Klay Thompson? The Klay Thompson glitch. I don't know how it's still a thing. I don't know how Klay Thompson, still 2 years, or not 2 years, 1 year later, because it was in 20 as well. Klay Thompson guards centers. Why does he guard centers? Like, we knew it as, there might be other players that do this, but we knew it as a Klay Thompson glitch last year because it made the pink diamond Klay Thompson worthless, even though he's the best, should have been the best two guard in the game. However, he kept guarding the other team center. Klay Thompson, great card. He's unfortunately seems to be the only sufferer of the Klay Thompson glitch. Jimmy. If you had asked me a week ago, Jimmy would be in like one of these tiers, but he's C. E. Yeah, he's C, and let me explain why. He's not a great shooter with the button. He was way better with the stick because he was a lot easier to green with the stick. Rating's quite low. Not the greatest button shooter in the world. And like only silver clamps. He's not as good as, say, someone like a Jamal Wilkes who come up a bit later. So Jimmy Butler, I'm going to put him there, but he is a good card. He's a really good defensive card. And Jimmy Butler, just like DeRozan, will have a card that's really good at some stage. Dame Lillard's A. Dame Lillard is A tier. He is one of the top offensive point guards. However, there is one better offensive point guard in my opinion. Well, Kenny Smith's kind of even with Lillard, but there's one that's definitely better, and I don't have him on the list. Funnily enough, I actually made the thumbnail for this video and I forgot to put him back into it. I forgot to put him on the list, but it's Paddy Mills. So again, I can guarantee you some of the comments at the very end of this video are going to be asking where Paddy Mills is. It just shows they didn't watch the video. So basically, Paddy Mills is S tier. He would be probably the number 2 budget point guard in the game, behind the other guy that I would put in S tier. But Paddy Mills for Pro-Am guards is a god. He's got base 98, he's got a super fast release. With the button, it's ridiculously good. The only problem is you can't add range to him. Man, if you could add range to him, he was like getting Jeff Petrie from last year in September. Paddy Mills, I can guarantee you if they do end up giving us an Amethyst Paddy Mills and they even give him bronze clamps and range extender, or even just let us put those badges on, that would be one of the Pro-Am guys' favorite point guards. The guy is an elite shooter. He's super, super quick. No real dunking, but it gets actually a pretty okay layup package. So for me, Paddy Mills is S tier. He's S tier. Again, he's not on the list, but I'm going to give the most time to explaining why and where he is. Chris Middleton, C. Again, not great, not bad either. Shoots the ball really well. That's about it. Doesn't really do much else to shoot the ball, but he shoots the ball really well. Joel Embiid, A tier. So I'm going to change some things up right now, because the next 4 centers are 4 guys around the same price range that are all different levels. Actually, Jokic is a bit cheaper, but Embiid, Porzingis, Kat, and Jokic, they're all kind of similar price range, and I'm going to rate them based on 1 per tier based on which ones I think is best. Best, in my opinion, is Joel Embiid. I think he's a really, really good card. I think he's a good shooter. They all shoot at a similar level. I just think he's got the best player build. Porzingis is a bit weak, shoots the ball really well, but he's the best shot blocker of them all and has the most length at obviously 7'3". Karl Anthony Towns is a real disappointing card. He should be way better than he is. Stats wise, he might be the best of all these, or he should be the best of all these stats wise. He just doesn't do it for me. He just does not do it for me. And Jokic, I just don't like at all. Then we got Ben Simmons, C tier. But I'm telling you right now, at some stage, Ben Simmons will have a card that takes over this game. At some stage, Ben Simmons will completely take over the game, because he is ridiculous. He is ridiculous in terms of dunking the ball and running. He feels like he's 99 speed already, and his dunking animations are the best in the game. So as soon as you add even a 65 3 ball to that, man, we're going to be looking at one of the best cards in the game. I cannot wait until later on in the year we can use Ben Simmons. Yeah, the tween has been taken out. It does not matter. We'll find out some new way of glitching we'll find out some new way of glitching by people with Simmons by that stage. So yeah, he's going to be not this specific card, but Simmons will be insane. Then we've got Brandon Ingram, worthless. He's not good. Siakam, I'm not going to spend much time on these guys. Slightly more than worthless. Tatum, though, B tier. Bronze clamps. Bronze clamps is a big reason for Tatum. So one of the things I'm going to say is the difference between no clamps and bronze clamps is greater than the difference between bronze clamps and gold clamps. So like bronze clamps, you will still, if you can get your players into the right positions, bronze clamps is fine. You can get away with it, because certain cards you can't even guard with gold clamps, like Derrick Rose, they're that fast, so you literally can't guard them with that. But there's other guys, like if you've got no quick first step at all, bronze clamps still clamps people up. However, no clamps, you just run right through them, so that's important. As well as that, Tatum's a pretty good shooter. Donovan Mitchell, D. No, worthless. Donovan Mitchell, he's actually no, Mitchell's a really good. Yeah, D. DeAndre Ayton, I think he will be good at some stage. Worthless. For some reason, he shrunk 2 inches. He's 7'1" in one of his cards, and this card's 6'11". Trey. Trey's C tier. I like Trae Young. He can cook people off the dribble and he hits jumpers. I like the card. It's a lot better than his current card last year. Then we got Zion. This Zion, D tier. The pre-order Zion will be B tier. Man, what is it with the pre-order Zion? The pre-order Zion has a 73, but it feels like it's 99. It is crazy. If you ever use that card, he hits everything. This Zion, not so much. This Zion just is a standing dunk machine. That's about what he does. And we got Kabengele. We've got Ty's favorite player. I can't justify putting him in S tier, and I don't think he belongs in S tier. But he is a good shooter. He's on that Embiid level. Good shooter, 6'9", but he feels like he's about 6'11". Really, really great card. As far as domination awards go, he's the best. Sekou, C. Sekou belongs in C tier. Again, not a great shooter, okay defender, good player build, good length. He belongs around that tier. James Posey. Posey's not half bad. I'm going to put him D, though. He shoots the ball moderately well, and that's about what he does. It's about the extent of what Posey does. Then we have got Antonio Davis. Antonio Davis is C tier. Lads, Davis is really, he's really just solid. Bronze clamps as well, which is good. He's also got a good 3-ball, decent release, just stats-wise not the greatest. He can hit shots, and he's not the worst defender in the world, so he's going C tier. Klay Thompson. Klay's going like upper end of C. However, he's not that much worse than either Klay. He just obviously does not suffer from the Klay Thompson glitch. So he's, he obviously still suffers from the Klay Thompson glitch, so I'm going to put him C tier. If the Klay Thompson glitch wasn't a thing, we'd be looking at like this probably. But the Klay Thompson glitch is a thing. There's no point talking about it as if it's not a thing, so we have to move them both down tier. Bobby Jackson is like cheap Gus Williams. He's going B tier. He's actually a better 3-point shooter with an 83 ball. Sprints super fast, can glitch the AI. For that reason, he's going B tier, and he also has a moderately good 3-ball. Ryan Hollands. I hate that I'm going to have to put Ryan Hollands in C tier because he is a monster, lads. He is a monster. I don't care what height it says he is. He is a monster. I've played against the dude in TTO, and he's dwarfed. Like, he has made my big man, like, he's made my Bill Lambier look tiny. He dunks on everything. What the hell did they do to Ryan Hollands? What did they do to the token rewards? Because John Konchak and Donald Foyle are the same. They're not the tallest in game, or they're not the tallest in terms of height-wise, but they look monstrous in game. Ryan Hollands is that card. Ryan Hollands just cleans up. He is just a monster among men. And, man, he can't shoot, but so what? So what? I'm not putting him above C tier because he can't shoot, but, man, he's a monster. Then we have got Brian Russell, our first S tier player. Brian Russell, silver clamps, good release. Does he belong above Paul George? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I'm actually going to put Paul George in S tier. I'm going to put Paul George. I'm just saying this right now. I like Paul George more than most people do. Like, him and Richard Jefferson were kind of my small forward 2 guard when I was going for Pierce, and they were insane together. And we got Walton. He's not awful, but I'm going to put him in D tier. He just doesn't do enough. He doesn't do anything. He's a bit of a... He's like a Lamar Odom. That's the player I want to compare him to. He's like a Lamar Odom in terms of he can do a bit of everything, but he doesn't do anything well enough to justify putting him in a higher tier. Deshaun, A. Definitely A. Kendall Gill, A as well. Man, Kendall Gill's badges are insane. If Kendall Gill had a plus 10 3-pointer, he'd be S tier, no question. Kendall Gill's got a great dunk. He's got a great mid-range shot. His 3 balls only, I think, 76. He had silver clamps and bronze range. It's so weird. But, yeah, he's going into A tier. Really good card. Rashard Lewis, B. Again, Rashard Lewis is a sniper, but does nothing else. I'm sorry, if you're asking me, who would I use in a team at the small forward position, Rashard Lewis or any of these guys, I would take all these guys for Rashard. But he hits well from the corner. Then we got Schmitz. Schmitz is going S tier. He is the #1 budget center in this game. Duke, I would put Bill Lambier up there, but he's like 15k now. And even with the stick patch, Bill Lambier is not quite as good. Rick Schmitz, the dude does not miss from mid. His 3 balls is only downside. Literally, his only downside. He is an absolute sniper. Lights out from mid. When he gets hit anywhere inside 3-point line, he will hit the shot 90% of the time. Also, he's 7'4", cleans up on offensive rebounds. Will actually get some defensive rebounds, which is a rarity in this game. But he does a lot of good things. Only problem is he's not the greatest shooter from deep, but sure, look, it is what it is. The most obvious inclusion in S tier, Mo Cheeks, the best budget card in this game. I'm sorry, he is. I was trying to think there for a second. Was there anyone better? I'm sorry, he's the best. He's the best, and I don't think it's particularly close. He's got great layup animations. He's got those Iverson type layup animations where he finishes around people. Similar as with Gus Williams. Also has got gold clamps, 98 on-ball steal tendency, 96 lateral quickness. He's got a great mid-range shot, a 73 ball, which feels like it's about 85 because he can hit consistently from the corners. Man, he is still in the top 6 or 7 point guys this game. He has a similar level to an Isaiah Thomas and a Gary Payton. if you want to get a comparable card to Mo Cheeks, does the same on terms of both defense and offense, you're paying at least 80k. Then you've got Marc Gasol, A. Gasol and Embiid. I think I take Gasol. I think I take Gasol. Like, they're very similar though, so I'm going to put them in the same tier. Damon Jones, the sniper himself, he's going C tier though. Does not do anything except shoot the ball. Same with Mahmoud. Mahmoud's going that tier as well. However, Wally's going one tier above, because he is in that elite tier of snipers. Like, he does a little bit more. He moves a little bit better, and he shoots the ball so well. Oh man, Damon Jones for his price is really great. And if at any stage we get a thing that involves you to use like 8 gold players, a limited event, Damon Jones will be number 1. Damon Jones, JJ Barea will be 1 and 2. And we got Wilkes. Wilkes is A. Weird one, because I say Jimmy Butler's in C because he can't shoot, and I'm pretty sure Wilkes and Jimmy Butler have one difference in 3-point rating. I'm not sure if Butler's 66 or 64, but I think he's 1 to 2. Wilkes is 65. Wilkes' 65 3 ball is a little bit like the Zion Williamson 73 ball. It feels like about 85. I don't know what it is. Wilkes hits so many jumpers. He also has got gold clamps, which means he's an even better defender. And funnily enough, Wilkes is like one of the only low intangible players in this game, as in intangibles, the stat literally the lower it is the better, because it's stat just to manipulate overall. He's only got 40 intangibles, as well as that he's got more total stats than Diamond Magic or Diamond Larry Bird, which is crazy. Then we've got Paige Djakovic. Paige is 6'9". You could argue Paige in a lower tier. He just shoots the ball. That is literally all Paige does. You could argue him in a lower tier, definitely. I'm going to put him in B tier. I think he's got that little bit of height. Actually, no, I'm putting him in a lower tier. I'm putting him C. Putting Paige in C. Then we have Danny Green. Danny Green's going B. He's not the greatest shooter in the world, not the greatest defender, but you know what? He's not an awful defender, not an awful shooter. And he's just an overall solid cone. He is a solid cone. If you want to know what cone means, basically 3-and-D guy that just kind of stands there and does nothing. So, yeah, he is a 3-and-D cone. Then we got Bill Walton, D. He's not. I hate this card. I absolutely hate this card. Don't know why. Hate him. Then we got Tony Allen, C. Tony Allen would have been B or maybe even A if this was pre-stick patch, because again, he's a Jimmy Butler type player that could hit shots with the stick, especially with Tony Allen's slow release. Problem is he can't really do anything. He's a good defender. Don't get me wrong, he's a good defender, but he can't really do anything else. So I can't justify putting him above C tier. Then we got Ray. Ray's going S. Again, I don't necessarily care that Ray Allen has not got any like defensive badges. He still is like borderline Houston level in terms of shooting, even with the button. If you're using button meter, there's not a lot of players you can green with consistently. Ray Allen is one of them. Ray Allen greens consistently in TTO. That is how good he is. Like, if you hear a card greens in TTO like Allen Houston, Paul Pierce, then you know they're really good cards. Then we got Rip Hamilton. Rip's going A. Rip offensively he's more versatile than Ray Allen offensively. Rip can take people off the dribble. Rip can pull up from mid a lot better than Ray Allen because he's got that goal difficult shots. The problem with Rip is that his defense is horrendous. They gave him really good perimeter defensive stats. He gave him a really good perimeter defensive stat. But he's got really low lateral quickness, which is way more important. And also he's got no defensive badges. So he's not a good defender at all. Ray Allen isn't either, but Ray Allen can shoot from deep. So he's kind of an outlier. There's no other guys that can shoot from deep that are cheaper than like 40k right now, except for Ray Allen. Then we got Robert Horry. Big Shot Bob. He's on a similar level to like a Richard and a Peja. I think I'd probably put him in between the two of them. Big Shot Bob, way better stats wise than Peja. Steps in from the corners quite a bit though. That's his only problem, but a guy that I do like in game. And we got Kawhi, man. Kawhi's going A. I really like this Kawhi card. I think he is really, really effective. I think he's a bit like Zion Williamson and Jamal Wilkes, that he shoots way better than he would suggest. He's got great animations. I get it, he only has silver clamps, but he's still got great defensive animations. He plays lanes for me. He played lanes really well for me when I used him. I was pleasantly surprised at how good his Kawhi Leonard card was. Then we have got Shane Bodier. Shane Bodier is he's going D. He can hit wide open, so he's not going worthless, but can't really do much else. Can't really even defend. And it's Shane Bodier. Mario Ellie, he's basically can't really do anything, but he's a sniper. He's a sniper on the level of a Damon Jones, so I'm going to put him in the same tier as a Damon Jones. I also have a soft spot for Mario Ellie because he is one of the only players, well, he is the only player in this 2K to have ever played basketball in Ireland. So Mario Ellie's going C tier. Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith's a tough one because you can argue Kenny Smith in S tier. I just don't really like the way he dribbles, but Kenny Smith's got an unbelievable release, really great going to the basket, really great dunker, great shooter. He can't really dribble the ball well or play defense, so that puts him in A tier. I personally think him and Lillard are on a very similar level. I think I would take... It's iffy. I think I might take Kenny Smith over him, but they're on a similar level. I do think that Paddy Mills, though, is a slight step above both of them. And then Tony Kukoc, S tier. Man, Kukoc, the dude is a god. The dude is a god. The way he shoots the ball, he's like a 6'10" Rip Hamilton. The dude is insane. He is insane. One of my favorite guys in this game. Give me him over Lamar Odom any day. Well, in Unlimited, give me him over Lamar Odom. He's my starting power forward, and he's my starting power forward for a reason. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. I'd be, man, running this starting 5 and then running like, what's his name as a 6th man, Paddy Mills, would be quite good. So anyway, yeah, this is my opinion. I've definitely forgot someone as shown by Paddy Mills. But anyway, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.